talking about our opinions on it. Obviously, that would fuck your channel up entirely.
Yeah, I understand what Robbie does in there. Mainly it's about the action.
I'm a neo-reactionary absolutist. I believe in a absolute world order, organised in a particular way.
When you're looking at a government is a corporation that owns a country. It just is. It's the same thing.
I'm Peter Thiel. I support people who are building new things. I'm not a politician, but neither is Donald Trump. And it's time to rebuild America.
Anything we can do to help this go along, and we're going to be there for you. And you'll call my people, you'll call me. It doesn't make any difference. We have no formal chain of command.
Today's episode, we're going to take a look at Sam English, friend and colleague of William Coleshill and fellow Walking CCTV. They both pretty much started at the same time around a year ago. You'll see Subject Access's first tweet was from October 24th, practically 1 year ago, and that was from Based Welshman, my #1 troll. So you can see that he's already connected to the far right when he first broke out onto the scene. And Based Welshman, let's see how he treats people who like filming protests like I was doing.
Lister!
Alright,
Lister!
How are you doing, buddy?
How are you doing, you
Too bad?
Lister! Lister! Lister!
Get the
Fucking go.
Lister!
Lister!
I'm not.
Lister! Lister!
See you later.
Lister! You're a bit up north, you're a bit up north and you missed out.
No.
You're a bit up north and you missed out. You're a bit up north and you missed out. Leave it. You're a bit up north and you...
Try and see that phone.
Don't, because you're going to go in trouble, alright?
No, I know.
So I'm trying to film a protest,
I
and
said, did you see that guy
Subject
try and
Access
steal my
is
phone? Mate, I've said
opening tweet, the guy who promotes him first.
Why are you trying to be? You're all hard in front of your mates.
He's someone who doesn't like someone with the opposite political view filming their protests. So the way we get Subject Access filming left-wing protests is quite suspicious indeed. His associations with these people aren't a one-off. He's always around them. Here he is, helping to create some chaos as this guy with the bagpipes just wants to walk into the police. It's like, what do you expect? I'm surprised he actually put the context on this video, because I've seen clips where it just starts at the police pushing the guy with the bagpipes away. But yeah, that's Gavin Malone, Ginger Tony. That guy with the black cap there, he was at the silent vigil. Here he is with Danny Roscoe outside Wembley. If William Coleshill was trying to appeal to more of the weirdo and geeks, Subject Access is trying to appeal more to the football fan and the hooligan Tommy Robinson EDL type. And it comes as no surprise to learn that if Subject Access was to talk about his views openly, it would fuck up his channel.
Talking about our opinions on it. Obviously, that would fuck your channel up entirely.
Yeah, I understand what Robbie does in there. Mainly it's about the action.
So he's just like Rupley, and it's just about the action. Here he is getting arrested because he's trying to say he's a journalist, but he can't produce a press pass.
You've been asked to leave, alright? Yeah. And you've not done so. So you're breaching the Health Protection Regulation Act 2020, alright, Regulation 20.
For the record, I'm a journalist.
Okay. But you've been asked to leave, and you haven't done so. So I'm
a gathering, which is more than 2 people as well.
At the moment, I'm arresting you for breaching the Health Protection Act, alright?
Okay.
Regulation 20, alright? The reason for arrest, prompt and effective investigation, and maintain public health. maintain public order. All right, so
Being arrested, guys.
You don't have to say anything but it may harm your defence if you do not mention when questions something which they come in court. Anything you do say may be given in evidence, okay?
Okay.
What's your name, mate?
I'm going to take that off you. Yeah. Subject access.
And then the next day, he's on the phone to the English Press Association, which I don't think is recognised.
Do you want to run the number? Call that number on the back, it'll tell you where I am. That's not a proper press. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Do you want to start? Okay. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. I'm just asking. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm carrying out my job. I'll tell you it's not. I'm not going anywhere. It's not. I am not. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. CO National Union of Journalism. Doesn't know it. Yes, it is. This is a record. Is this a recognised union?
This is a registered trade union.
This is a registered. It's a registered trade union. Registered. Oh, fuck off. Fuck off, asshole.
So after this, he just went on trying to get into places that he couldn't. Police kept telling him away. So it makes sense that he would then go on to seduce people like Rupley and others.
You know me, don't you?
My number?
Just for...
What's your channel?
Roughly.
They're swapping numbers there, and there he is speaking Russian. And I've also heard him say that if it wasn't for COVID, he wouldn't even be in the country. He'd probably just be traveling somewhere. So he obviously doesn't like it here. He's all about the action and the chaos and putting up clips without context. And it's exactly the same what we learnt about in the last video with William Coleshill. It's the exact mission objective of Rupley and Russia Today to discredit and undermine Western democracies using chaos. It's unfortunate that this article is behind a paywall now, but you can see there's a protest of 12 people in Rupley turn up, and it's just like in America where we have the Sun reporting on their, like, live streaming on their anti-vaccine protest, but they don't do the same in the UK. But going back to our last video, Peter Thiel had to apologise to WikiLeaks for coming up with a plan to destroy it. And in that plan, we learned that if they wanted to destroy the free speech left, they would focus on influencing the left's operations, exploiting social media and creating new media in order to pull off that disruption of the free speech left. Which is ironic because when I call him out on his fake news and the fact that he's corporate-backed, infiltrating, he blocked me. So it's free speech for them, but not for everybody else. So like Rupley and RT, they live stream crowd situations. If you're at home and you're in the area, let's say, and you see this going on and you like getting in on a bit of chaos, then they act as beacons. Pretty much every time they're live streaming, you'll see someone come up to them and shake their hand and be like, "Oh, great work, mate. I just saw you were live streaming, so I thought I'd come over and say hello."
Yes.
How
are you doing? You
It's
good?
good to see you ain't been arrested.
Oh, yeah, it makes a change, doesn't it?
yeah. I was on your live today.
Oh, was you?
Yeah. And I was on GD's live as well. That's why I had to come down and I saw the people. Yeah. Huh? What's your name? Nice one, yeah. I'm one of your subscribers. Yeah.
It's a bit crazy, isn't it?
It's been crazy, tell you.
And some of those people actually get caught up in the chaos that is on the stream. So how is that news? It's like, hey, I'm here. All your friends come over and say hello and then create some chaos. The chaos wouldn't have been there if it wasn't for you being there and telling everyone, here I am. Here's where we create chaos.
I was watching your stream earlier, this is how I got here. I was at the other one.
He doesn't look the type to be causing chaos, but I bet you as soon as he sees other people throwing bottles and cans and things, he'll be there hiding behind the big guys having a go himself. You'll see much more likely characters to be getting involved in violence and more like, oh, are you live streaming now? Don't get me on camera, because they're that dumb. They don't realise that they've been watching the guy on stream or streaming from a protest, and then they're going to go say hello. Then when they say hello, they don't realise that when they stand in front of him, then you're going to be on the stream. And he's like, oh no, hide my face.
Over there. You say, man? I was on your live today.
Good to see you.
And I saw it, I had to calm down. I'm on the
sorry. No, he's not here. He's not here. He was never here. Never saw him.
So you see, this is his chaos without context. If you watch my video that came out of just after the silent vigil, it goes through how they also infiltrated this Palestinian protest in kind of exact detail. And this is all he is, like Rutley. He's just about the action in his own words. So not only is he a beacon for protesters to go and find and create chaos at, like he was at the silent vigil, he's also a spotter for far-right characters.
Sam? Good on you? Just a quick stop. Quick stop. Right, there's a little group of ants. Come over this way. Orange hood.
Here he is again, shaking hands with based Welshmen just after the silent vigil. And here he is in Highbury for Arsenal protest with based Welshmen. Based Welshmen came all the way from Cardiff for that. Sometimes Sam English doesn't have his camera on him. It does seem that he doesn't live stream as often as he used to. Sometimes he's just filming for those short shots, just like his friend Nick Sundin, this guy who... You can see this guy carrying his camera around a lot, but he's not using it very much. It's like he's waiting for the setup to happen, and then he can get the pictures of the event that he knows that's just about to occur. He was there again, this time right before it all kicked off. So these are the little wannabe puppet masters in the background trying to direct the events of today's show, if you like. Here's his footage at the silent vigil of Patsy Stevenson on the bandstand speaking directly to his camera. I'm not coming down, fuck it. There's William Coleshill coming down. So she's there talking to the camera. She mentions these people. Oh, don't worry, we had people filming to make sure it was safe. So it's like, okay, now you've just endorsed these people, these Nazis, on public television. And either you made a mistake and you need to acknowledge that, or you're part of this whole chaos and you don't care about it. You just want to manipulate it by any means for your own agenda, your own fame and your own ego.
So I'll go from what happened. So from us getting onto the bandstand, the reason we were on there was because police seemed to be, and we didn't know, we couldn't hear that well, but they seemed to be sort of aggressively talking to the women on the bandstand, and there were quite a few police. So.
How you doing? Course of action is from your side?
We're advising people of the COVID regulation.
Okay.
Looks after people to social distance and comply with the law.
We were worried, you know, if there's anything going on here, do you know what I mean? We need to make sure everyone's safe. So a few of the women said, can you come on because we need help? And I was like, of course. So a few people carefully moved flowers out of the way. We were very careful not to trample anything, you know, we were there for a reason.
Because they look like they're trying to grab me. I've been grabbed 5-6 times by the police during the COVID recently. I've been speaking in this corner for 35 years. This corner.
harder you can.
There is a protest already planned in Southampton. We all must join that protest. Next Saturday, the 20th of March, against these Nazis and inside Margaret Fascists. Come out next Saturday, the 20th of March. We expect to elected on the 20th of March.
And then we went onto the bandstand and we were trying to make sure, you know, video things and make sure no manhandling or anything was done. But then, you know, all of a sudden there was quite a few police on the bandstand.
So you can see there that she's saying that they had people filming to make sure it was safe. She obviously doesn't know subject access or William Coleshill, who was told by multiple women at that night to stop smiling, to stop filming them. What she's saying just doesn't make sense. So was she referring to subject access? Was she really just asked to help? If she was really asked to help, then she should come out and say, hey, yeah, as well as the police brutality, there were Nazis on the bandstand, and maybe that's why the police came in. But this shows extremists see this as an opportunity they can take advantage of and escalate conflict. They are there to instigate a conflict with people off the backs of people with legitimate grievances against police brutality. I have not seen evidence of infiltration into the protests on the other side, but I'm certainly aware of the far right trying to leverage these events and cause mass chaos. That is subject access down to a T, and anyone on the left endorsing these people or promoting their footage is being incredibly naive, and it is endorsing Nazi propaganda.
I'm a neo-reactionary absolutist. I believe in a absolute world order, organized in a particular way.
When you're looking at a government is a corporation that owns a country. It just is. It's the same thing.
I'm Peter Thiel. I support people who are building new things. I'm not a politician, but neither is Donald Trump. And it's time to rebuild America.
Anything we can do to help this go along, and we're going to be there for you. And you'll call my people, you'll call me. It doesn't make any difference. We have no formal chain of command.